Do you ever wake up in the morning feeling tired? In this video, I'm going to be talking of some of the reasons why people wake up tired, and by knowing why, you can always make a necessary life adjustment. Hi guys, my name is Melody and I'm a registered nurse. And if it is your first time in this channel, please subscribe and share. First of all, what happens when you are sleeping? So there are different stages of sleep. We have the light sleep, we have deep sleep, and then we have the rapid eye movement. So the body goes through these different stages while we are sleeping, and then going through these stages and getting to the rapid eye movement help us to feel well rested in the morning. For example, someone keeps waking up during a deep sleep. When they wake up in the morning, they won't really feel rested. They feel tired, groggy, and sleepy. So an adult is supposed to sleep for about 7 to 9 hours every day. So the number one reason why we don't actually feel rested is because we are not getting enough sleep. So some of the factors I'm going to mention is actually why you're not getting enough sleep, because sometimes some of these factors can be in such a way that you don't really know that you're not getting enough sleep. So you go to bed, you've slept for about 8 hours, but when you wake up in the morning, you still feel very tired. The first one and the most common one is what we call sleep apnea. So what happens with sleep apnea is that you have these constant repeated interruptions in your breathing during the night. So you stop breathing and then your oxygen level goes down, and what the brain does is to try to wake you up. So it wakes you up and then you go back to sleep. It happens again. And the worst thing about it can go for a very long time without the person actually knowing that this is what is happening. So they go to bed, they sleep for 8 hours, but they've had these constant interruptions in their breathing and sleep throughout the night. So when you wake up in the morning, you feel very tired. Most times it's people who are sleeping with you that notice that you have these interruptions, or you're having heavy snoring at night. So what you are supposed to do is to go in and see your doctor, and they have different ways of actually diagnosing and managing sleep apnea. So another reason why we wake up tired sometimes is the disruption in what we call the circadian rhythm. So this is the sleep-wake cycle, which is controlled by the brain. So what happens is your brain has already mastered that this is when you sleep, this is when you wake up. If there is any interruption, which can happen if you are doing shift work, you've had to switch from working day to working night, you've traveled to a different time zone, or anything that disrupts that sleep cycle can make you have difficulty sleeping. And even when you manage to sleep, you wake up very tired because your brain has not adjusted to this new sleep cycle. So another thing that disrupts our sleep could be mental health conditions like anxiety, depression. So with anxiety, you have your heart racing throughout the night, you are unable to fall asleep. And with depression, you have people sleeping excessive or not sleeping enough. So either both ways, you wake up not feeling rested. And the best way to manage it is to treat the problem. If it is mental health conditions, do you need to see your doctor? Is there any stressors in your life that you need to remove? So another reason why you may be waking up very tired is the presence of certain medical conditions. So what these medical conditions do is that they make you have difficulty falling asleep, like we have in chronic pain, thyroid conditions like hypothyroid, anemia, COPD. You have difficulty getting air into your system. So some of these conditions combined can actually make it difficult for you to sleep, which in turn make it difficult for you to have a well-rested night. So another reason why people wake up tired is sedentary lifestyle. So this is lifestyle where you are mostly not, there's less physical activity for people who sit down in the offices, not doing less physical activities. So WHO has recommended that every adult should have at least 2.5 hours of moderate to vigorous activities. So if you're not getting your activities in every day, you might feel very tired. So because your body is getting used to actually having low levels of energy. So physical activities can make you sleep better at night and then wake up well. The reason why you wake up tired is having a poor sleep environment or routine. So if you are sleeping in a noisy environment where you constantly have to wake up throughout the night, you're not going to feel rested in the morning. And poor sleep routines like having caffeine a few hours before sleep, so you're going to find yourself not able to fall asleep at night. So you are encouraged to stay off foods like things like spicy food, alcohol, caffeines at least 6 hours before bed, so that you are able to fall asleep. So other factors that can also bring poor sleep is poor diet, dehydration, and lots of other reasons. So if you find yourself not able to sleep like you used to, or not feeling rested like you used to, just have a rethink what activities have changed. Is there any changes that has occurred in your life recently? I'm going to mention that it comes down to individual basis. So if you find out that in times you've seen yourself feeling very tired when you wake up in the morning, so you just take your time and look at the activities that has changed, what activities has changed in your life, what routine, so you make changes that are necessary. For example, have you been using your phone way late into the night these days? Have you been working late? Have you had to change your jobs? Have you have to spend more time in traffic? Is there anything stressing you recently? So just make these changes by reflecting on your own individual activities. And like I always say, if you find any changes happening in your life that has not been there, it's always good to have it checked by your doctor, because some of these things can actually be a way of our body telling us that there is something wrong, and we need to know what it is and have it treated. Thank you guys for watching to this point, and I encourage you to subscribe and share this video. Thank you. Bye bye.